just in time for the holidays. Hundreds of Fort Carson soldiers return home. We'll take you to the ceremony.
CDOT says bring on Old Man Winters, prepared to battle snowy conditions.
And all he does is win. We'll take a peek at a video that is sweeping the nation, just like Tim Tebow.
Fox 21 News at 9 starts now.
Hundreds of Fort Carson soldiers are coming home for the holidays. Good evening, everyone. I'm Abby Burke, in for Joe Cole.
And I'm Nikki Wyrick. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. More than 200 soldiers from the Mountain Post were welcomed home today. It's a ceremony that's 6 months ahead of schedule.
2 cases against former Colorado Springs police officer Josh Carrier may be rolled into one trial. That's the request coming from the prosecution. Carrier is facing charges involving child pornography and child sex assault. The defense is against the motion. They say there hasn't been enough time to prepare arguments. Another hearing is scheduled for the last week of December. Carrier is currently free after posting $500,000 bond. George Peters is sentenced to 47 years in prison for child abuse resulting in death. He was found guilty in October. He was also found guilty of child abuse resulting in injury in the case of his own son. Springs police say Peters was babysitting in February when the first incident occurred. Peters told detectives he couldn't take 2-month-old Nicholas Johnson's crying and shook the baby. However, he was found not guilty for first-degree murder in the child's death. And 25-year-old Mario Nichols pled guilty today to second-degree murder. He admitted to the shooting death of 22-year-old Dominique Griffin. It happened at the Point View Apartments in the 4400 block of East Pikes Peak Avenue last January. Nichols will be sentenced January 6th. It didn't feel like winter today, but CDOT is preparing for the worst. Winter officially starts next week, and CDOT says they're ready. Its statewide budget is $64.3 million this year, and the budget for southeastern Colorado is $8.6 million. They say they rely on their equipment and improving technology to keep the roads safe.
So we have lasers on the trucks, and they help the operator of the vehicle see where exactly the laser is going to, when your plow comes by, where you'll be plowing. It adds to safety. We don't, we're able to not hit cars, hit guardrail signs, and things of that sort.
This winter, you can access up-to-date road conditions at www.cotrip.org or by calling 511. You can also sign up for email or text message alerts at www.colorado.info. Making headlines across America tonight, the fallout at Penn State University continues. 2 school officials ordered to stand trial for lying to a grand jury about what they knew about former Penn State assistant football coach Jerry Sandusky. And we should warn you, some of what you're about to hear may be offensive. Fox's David Lee Miller has the latest. Back here in southern Colorado, Santa Claus arriving a little early for 4 families this year. He visited the district attorney's office this afternoon, bringing toys for 11 underprivileged kids from Big Brothers and Big Sisters. Each child received several presents, food items, gift certificates, and even a bicycle. The gifts were from defendants who've gone through the Adult Offender Services or Juvenile Diversion Program. It's for first-time offenders who commit low-level crimes and requires the defendants to give back to their community.
When they know that they have helped another family that was in need. And that feeling is something that's, until you have that feeling, you just don't know what it's like. And it's amazing what that does to sort of moving them forward and realizing the big picture and why it is they need to be good citizens.
The program has been in place for around 30 years and has an 85% success rate.
A group of Colorado police officers come together to make the holiday a little brighter.
Still to come tonight at 9:27, we'll take you to the Children's Hospital for the celebration.
Plus at 9:34, we'll take a look back at all the medical news and breakthroughs that's made headlines this year.
Then at 9:58, in this week's viral video, we have a clip that sums up the Tim Tebow phenomenon. He just wins. But first, coming up after the break.
A GOP presidential hopeful picks up a prized endorsement. I'm Jennifer Davis in Washington. I'll have a campaign wrap-up as the candidates head into the final stretch before the Iowa caucuses.
You're watching Fox 21 News at 9 with Joe Cole, Nikki Wyrick, and Chief Meteorologist Terry Gerbstadt. Southern Colorado's primetime news hour.